Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Tuesday, March 27th, 2012. A strong earthquake has hit northern Japan today. It was a 6.4 according to the Japanese Meteorological Society. The quake struck off the coast of Iwate. Iwate was the region most heavily damaged by last year's massive 9.4 earthquake. There were no damage or injuries from today's earthquake, and there was a very, very small tidal action, barely categorizing as a tsunami, but it was an earthquake. The CAT modeler EchoCat announced that the 7.1 earthquake in Chile on Sunday night is unlikely to cause more than $100 million of insured damages. The quake struck a roughly unpopulated area in central Chile and was widely felt but did not cause any injuries, fatalities, or apparently much damage. In the North Sea, and that plethora of oil and gas drilling platforms out there, an unprecedented event has occurred for the first time actually. The Elgin Processing Utilities and Quarters platform, a big gas drilling platform owned by the French oil company Total, is completely evacuated. The platform is now unmanned and powered down, a situation that many in the industry are referring to as unprecedented. Apparently, the rig was evacuated after the crew saw vapor clouds and boiling water, which apparently was coming from gas condensate that was bubbling up from the ocean floor. As of right now, Total does not know what the cause of the problem is, and the rig remains unmanned. And if you work for Omega, you must feel a little bit like you're in the Alamo. Apparently somebody else is taking a run at the Lloyd's insurer. The carrier has been approached by the acquisitive runoff player Catalina Holdings. This is according to the Insurance Insider. According to the Insider, it's understood that the business has made preliminary inquiries about acquiring Omega at a significant discount to its book value. It's also understood that Omega's board has no sympathy with any approach by a runoff carrier, and there's little appetite in the shareholder base for such a discounted deal. No kidding. In Germany today, hundreds of flights have been canceled at airports across the country as workers joined a sympathy strike with a union called the ver.di union, which is after a 6.5% pay increase. They've turned down a 3.3% pay increase, saying that it barely meets inflation. Walkouts are a part of a program of so-called warning strikes, short-term walkouts that have been designed to put pressure on German municipal authorities ahead of negotiations scheduled to begin tomorrow. Johnstown, Rhode Island, FM Global, one of the biggest and best-run insurance companies in the world, came out with their numbers. They ended up ceding $1.48 billion of loss to its reinsurers last year, as their big cat burden that everybody suffered helped to produce a net loss for the company of $41.5 million. They saw their combined ratio jump to 121%. In 2010, they actually saw a net of $686 million. Singapore's regulator, this is an interesting story, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, has announced that they're going to review the scope of financial advisory activity currently carried out by insurance brokers. They say they've noticed in recent years revenue from the advisory side of the business has often eclipsed that of the core broking function in many cases, and they're concerned that insurance brokers may not have sufficient management expertise and knowledge to oversee and manage the financial advisory portion of their clients. The move constitutes part of a wider review by Singapore of its life insurance and financial advisory sectors. One of the blue chip small brokers in the United States, Gillen Rozier, had some news today. Two senior Gillen Rozier executives have acquired control and ownership of the company from the estate of one of the founders, Kirk Rozier. Mr. Rozier was well known in the industry, passed away in November of last year. Steve Boland, who had worked there for many years, as well as Dale Meyer, Senior VP of Gillen Rozier, have acquired the company and will now own equal shares of the holding company that owns Gillen Rozier. Congratulations to Steve, and our condolences to the family of Kirk Rozier. That's the news for today. Oh, there is one other bit of news. The Syrians have announced that they are, quote, accepting, whatever that means, the Kofi Annan UN-sponsored peace plan. I'm sure not much will change. And that's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you.